Place was supposed to be my little sanctuary and haven where I could come and find safety and peace, but we ran into a few major bumps on the way in, and it's actually caused a ton of stress on this transition into my new space. So not long after settling into this space, I learned that I might lose this home. And it's been a painful and complicated process, one that is still unfolding, and I can't really go into detail right now, but I do know that I have continued to have to learn to stand up for myself gently but firmly. So I'm learning to trust God and trust in the intuition that He's given me, and know that He is good even when others don't act in good faith. So if anybody knows anything about me, they know that I love home. Like, home is my favorite place to be. It's this space that I make the safest and the most cozy, so that whatever the world has to throw at me, I can come to this space and spend time with the Lord and just breathe and rest and recover. So just having this uncertainty and unfairness about my housing situation is a direct assault on my very identity, my very sense of self in this world. So it admittedly caused me to crumble in the beginning. I just lost it just because I felt so powerless and alone in the struggle. But I reached out to family and friends who all prayed for me and offered help and gave encouraging words, and that helped me to feel more grounded and getting help, and seems like everything's kind of falling into place right now, but there's no promises, so I feel like I'm in a better, healthier place. I've got therapy and all sorts of grounding tools that I can lean on, so that's helping me through. Was because I've only been here for 3 weeks, so I'm still putting things into place and organizing and beautifying my space. And this kink that came along in the process really took me out of the game. So I had stopped trying to figure out where to put things and stopped fluffing and beautifying and nesting and all those things that I love to do, because I felt like, man, if I have to up and move again after an already very hard, very stressful move, because even if the move is good, it's stressful. Moving is stressful.
So I just didn't want to get settled in all the way, even though everything was unpacked and on the walls and in place, but I was just adding my final touches. So I didn't want to continue on because things seemed so um, flimsy. I didn't know what I was going to have to do. It was like going to have to pack up and go again. Um, but one night I was home and I was listening to a podcast with Sarah Jakes and Anita Phillips. And it came to this point of the talk that they were both talking about divorces that they had gone through. And they both said that because something that was supposed to be so permanent just crumbled in their hands and fell apart, they, for a long time after that, had a difficult time planting roots and feeling permanent again. And they didn't want to make any moves or do anything big because they felt like, gosh, if the things that I believed in to be very permanent were not permanent, then why should I settle down? And why should I get comfortable if I'm going to have to get up and change or get up and move? And it really spoke to me because Anita Phillips was talking about the importance of planting roots, even when you feel like it may not be a long time, to just get in, hunker down, settle in, make yourself at home in the situation that God has you in right now, and kind of the old bloom where you're planted mindset of maximizing the space that you have, the time that you have, the situation that you have, to make it as beautiful and glorious and comforting as you possibly can, even with the possibility that you might get uprooted. And that just spoke to me so much because nesting and making myself at home is the name to my game. So I got back into settling in, and this place really feels like home now. And there's like a flow and a rhythm to my days, even with that uncertainty in my belly and the kind of PTSD of the situation. It's nice to be able to look around and see familiar things and see beautiful things that I created and I put together myself. And it just makes it so personal and so homey. So I just thought I would share that because I know that I'm not the only one who is going through transition and hardship and facing bullies. And I just wanted to encourage someone else that if you are in this time, to find a way to meet with God and make a space in the chaos where you can find safety and quiet and peace and rest, even if it's the tiniest space that you can find, or if it's just a moment in time where you can just breathe and pray and talk to a friend or your therapist or journal or do something artistic, or even like veg out and scroll. Just take that time, maximize it. Don't feel like, oh, I can't really enjoy myself, or I can't really find peace, I can't rest until everything falls into place. Because truthfully, even when certain things are settled or certain matters are resolved, another thing comes up. So there's never really a time when everything is perfectly in place and in order. So if we don't find a time in the chaos to find peace and wholeness in God, then we never will find that place. So that's my encouragement to you and to myself. I'm preaching to myself. Even though I'm whole and smiley now, there are still tears at night. There are still fears and frustrations. I'm still like, tense, but I'm finding more and more space in my days where it's actually peaceful, and I can focus on different tasks that I have at hand, and other things that I was working on and proving, and projects that I have before me, with a sense of hope and future, and knowing that even when I run out of strength and tools, that God is standing up for me and He's fighting for me. Because honestly, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. But even when we do things wrong, God still stands up for us. He's still on our side. We're still His children, and we still belong to Him. So that's something that we can stand on. His love and His faithfulness is something that we can stand on even when we are weak and fragile and flimsy. So just be blessed and encouraged, and I will continue to bring you along on this journey, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So God bless. Remember, there is a quiet kind of strength in choosing not to become bitter, in fighting with grace, and in keeping your spirit soft even when the world is hard.